We're out here today in one of the best locations in Meridian, and we specifically came to this community because one, it's almost sold out. So you're gonna wanna pay attention in case this is the right spot for you. Two, amazing home builders that typically build in the $1 million+ price range, but are now building in a much more affordable price point. And the community itself being more of a lifestyle type community where you're in an amazing location, you have really high quality builds and walkability, pickleball courts, tennis courts, a pool, and a pond right behind the last home we're gonna take a look at, which is our favorite. But before that, we're gonna take a look at two other homes, an alley load home over here with a 3-car garage, which is a huge highlight, and then also talk through again, more of the amenities that this community, Pine 43 in Meridian, has, and show you why this location is amazing.
Yeah, this one is definitely a hot one where you can almost see the village in Meridian from here. So we'll talk more about the location and lifestyle and why this is a big one. But for those of you who are new, we do rock, paper, scissors to see who is behind the camera. The loser has to sit behind the camber. So we'll do that. And I think I'm up 8-5 now.
Don't jinx it.
Yeah,
Don't jinx it.
We'll see. Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Let's go. Jesse's getting mad. Okay, as we're gonna walk to home number 2 then, which is these alley load homes. And as we're walking there, I'll just talk to you guys a little bit about the community because this is kind of part of the lifestyle out here in Pine 43. Is we've been out here for about 20 minutes and I've seen tons of people walking their dogs, walking together. You have walking paths all throughout here along ponds and really beautiful landscaping. And this is kind of that lifestyle where you want low maintenance homes. You want more of a social life. There's a ton of apartments in here. There's a coffee shop right down the street. You're also, I mean, we're right on Fairview. So we have Fred Meyer across the street. And then, like I said, the village in Meridian, you can almost see it from here. I mean, we're catty corner to the village. And so realistically, you could walk to the village, have some social there, you know, obviously all of the restaurants and the coffee shops and the shopping there. You also have all of the pickleball courts and things like that. So this is kind of that lifestyle living where you want low maintenance, but you definitely want more of a social life. There's gonna be a lot of younger people in here. I know quite a few people who are in their 20s and 30s who live in here, but that's also good for people who are retired and want that low maintenance. So you get a good mix of kind of all of the different people in this community. But we'll talk more about that location and some of the things that would make this a good decision or something to know about when moving to Pine 43. But we'll step into this alley load home. And for those of you who haven't seen an alley load home, it's essentially just a really long home and your garage is in the back instead of the front. And one thing we love about the alley loads is it gives you a 3-car garage, still gives you a good size home, but you just don't get a backyard. So that's the downside. The plus side is you still get all of the room in the 3-car garage.
Yeah, and backyard wise, and that's where this is kind of more of a low maintenance, lock and leave type community where most of the yards here are a little bit smaller. So that is a potential downside, but for those that don't need it, a large yard is just more maintenance and more burden. This is a great community for that. And Pine 43 is also one that, again, it's almost sold out, but it was never overly marketed. So a lot of people miss this community when they're searching.
Yeah, and it's one that kind of went under the radar for a little bit, I think, but is a very good decision in that just the location in Meridian, and it's one of the last spots out here that you're gonna actually have the opportunity to buy a new construction home because there's just no land left. This is one of the last developments, and so something to keep in mind. But we're in this Venta home, and like Jesse mentioned at the beginning, Venta is a builder that mostly builds $800,000 homes and up, but you still get the high quality in these lower price points homes, and we'll obviously talk about this low price point here at the end. But you get these high quality finishes, you get the nice touches, you get a high quality build, you know, the things you can't see.
Yeah, and just as a heads up, there is a few smoke detectors that are chirping, so hopefully that doesn't annoy anybody too much. But like Brady mentioned, for both the builders we're going to see today, they're building typically at a higher price point. It's really hard for builders to scale back. So they have the same subcontractors. These are the exact same cabinets you'd see in an $800,000 to $1 million home. Yep. but in a smaller footprint, at a smaller or a lower price point. And we absolutely love when we see that, because on the flip side, if an affordable home or a new entry-level home builder starts to build in the $1 million price point, we'd be a little bit concerned. But on the other way, I mean, these are great opportunities to get a ton of value in the home at a much lower price point than they typically build.
Yeah, 100%. And you guys will see that in the last house especially. That one built by Hammett Homes. That one's staged, and so you actually get to see what it would look like living in there, and a lot of those high quality finishes. But we'll get into this one. So you have your dining room, kind of more of a formal dining room area. So you don't often get this in these smaller homes where you have a formal dining, and this is where it might, be more attractive to more retirement type people. If you're wanting to retire, a lot of times a formal dining room is nice to have. I'd say younger people, we often just eat at the couch and watch TV, right? We don't really need the formal dining area. And then right off the front, we have a bedroom here. We'll go in the bathroom next, because the bathroom is another touching point on what you'll see. But smaller bedroom, not going to be the biggest bedroom you've ever seen, but very functional for this style of home. This is definitely going to be for people who don't need all of the space. This house in particular being at right around 1,700 square feet.
And some of the details you can't really see on the video, but what we would normally point out if we were touring with you as a potential client, higher end carpet. I'll show you in the front some other added touches, but this wood trimmed window, which is probably hard to see on the camera. I'll look for a different one. The bathroom that Brady's going to show you, but even this little dining room with the vaulted ceilings at the front, the extra window above the door just to let sunlight in, those are touches that a high-end builder are going to bring to a product like this, whereas a builder that's typically building in this price range would probably not include.
Yeah, I mean, even little things, like just this touch at the end, at the top of the doorways. And then right here,
this is
the bathroom. I mean, for a spare bathroom, you don't get this in most affordable or lower end homes, but to have a nice, fully tiled, all the way to the ceiling walk-in shower like this is absolutely outstanding. You even get like the higher end backsplash in here that's actually textured. Looks really nice. You get the wood frame mirror, which I'd say even in some of the higher end homes, you don't always get wood frame mirrors in the spare bathrooms. You get it in the masters a lot of times, but things like that, the tile
shower
flooring.
For a guest bathroom at a home this size, I mean, I was shocked to say the least.
No, exactly. And then obviously you guys saw it a little bit, but kitchen, absolutely gorgeous. The nice light fixtures, things like this are little touches that you get in higher price point homes. So to have it at an affordable option, your master is going to be right there. And we'll take a look at that here at the end. But right here is kind of a little office area slash, I mean, you could use this as an office, which is kind of what it's set up for, or just kind of a flex space. And then this is where, I guess the downside is you don't get a backyard. You do at least get a patio. So if you do want to sit outside and at least get some fresh air, you do have that as an option.
Yeah, and this is typical with any alley load home. So again, the garage is in the back, a little bit skinnier of lots.
Yeah, and a little skinny gate too.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, at least there's one there. Yeah, you can walk through it.
Fit through it. Yeah.
But again, the intention of these is not necessarily to be stuck in your home 24/7. It gives you what you need inside, and then for any stuff outside the home, go use all the local amenities and social aspects that are right nearby.
Yeah, that's the key, right, Jesse? I mean, it's the lifestyle and the location that we're in is really what this is about. And I think a good point is for those of you who are maybe living in an apartment or you're renting out a townhome, this is a really good option to own a home and be in a really good location while still retaining that lifestyle of low maintenance, and you get a really nice house. So just something, and the reason we're out here, and I'd say the last house that we go look at, you guys will get to see, because that one does have a backyard. You'll see a little bit more of the lifestyle, and we're obviously going to talk a little bit more about it as well. But we're here in bedroom number 3, and again, you get another really nice bathroom, all off on its own.
Yeah, a guest suite in a 1,700 square foot home. I mean, this is surprising all the way around.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just a beautiful home. And one of the reasons we want to take you out here too is I mentioned at the beginning a younger age group of people who like to live in an area like this with the social aspects. And a home like this is a really good one where if you think owning a home is not going to be something you can afford, homes like this where you have a kind of a mother-in-law style suite are rooms that you could rent out for a really good price. I mean, you could probably charge $800, $900, $1,000 a month for somebody to live in this room with their own bathroom, and that cuts your mortgage down, gets you into the house, or just lowers your mortgage cost.
Yeah, exactly. Wouldn't be surprised 1,000 plus. I mean, if you think about it, besides the shared kitchen and laundry, this is almost an apartment right here, and the apartment's right next door. 1 bedroom, 1 bath are probably 1,500 plus.
Exactly. So yeah, getting somebody in here at 1,000, and we're not lenders, but we do know enough about it to know that some lenders will allow you to use that as part of the qualification, and there's ways around that. So more options and more ways to get creative to get you guys into your first home, because that is so important. And a lot of times right now in the culture, there's all of this kind of woe is me, I can't afford a home, things are too expensive. And so sometimes people can get just stuck in that mindset and they don't even think that they can buy their first house. And this is where we always suggest to sit down with us and have a conversation. I've had multiple clients that had that mindset, they just didn't think that they could afford a home. And I took them for a drive and just had a conversation with them and gave them information on here's what it would actually afford, here's what you can actually afford, here's what it would look like, here's what you need to do. And instantly they're like, oh, I can actually afford a home. I thought all of these people telling me it was too expensive meant that I couldn't. So little things like that to get creative are things that we've had clients do, things that we would personally do. So good to know about that. And then the alley load home, one of the big reasons we wanted to take you out to this one is the 3-car garage. So for homes like this, of this size at a little over 1,700 square feet, to get a 3-car garage is a huge bonus, especially at these price points.
Yeah, again, fully finished. You have 3 windows. The garage doors have the windows up top. Again, these are things that a high-end builder can't remove from their design plan, even though they're trying to be more affordable. And buyers get to take advantage of that. I mean, the doors are finished with the same fixtures and handles, and you don't see that in this price point unless the builder's used to building $800 to $1 million+ homes.
Exactly, and this is a door that goes out to basically nothing.
Yeah, exactly. But
like
they
can't
skimp.
Yeah. So I mean,
yeah,
there's nothing here really other than just getting you outside. And yeah, they don't skim even on these lower price points. And then even things like this, like a conditioned crawl space in here, that's something that only higher end homes really do. You don't see that in the lower starter home builders. So yeah, lots of things that are nice to have in a builder like this.
Yeah, and not to toot our own horn, but those are kind of the comments that we wouldn't see all agents know or pay attention to, you know, a lot of times agents, they get called, they go show a home, someone likes the home because it looks cool, but they don't necessarily know exactly what they're getting into, where, you know, we pride ourselves in not just knowing the area of the market, but actually the homes and the builders themselves. And so if we're comparing this home to another builder at the exact same price point, we can help educate our buyers. This one might be a completely different value because it's built at a different level than someone that's used to building, you know, $500,000 to $600,000 homes.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, comparing this to a builder that builds in this price range, house to house, just comparing those two, this is a better value, better quality. So now we're gonna head into the master, which I kind of like that it's in the center of the house, right off the kitchen. And it's still a good sized master.
Oh yeah.
Plenty of room in here. You do get the door out to your patio too, which is kind of nice. And then it's a very similar bathroom to the spare bathroom. The difference being you get the dual vanity. There's that fire alarm. Yeah. The annoying one, and it's not going, I'm sure it started at 2 in the morning.
Yeah, of course.
But good sized master, and then you get a really big walk-in closet for a house like this. I'd say this is oversized. I mean, this is more of what you'd see in like a 2,000 square foot home. So again, really good size, really nice high-end finishes. And I will Brady approve this shower because for the house we're in, for an alley load, the location, the price point, This is an amazing shower to have with the tiling.
It's spacious. I mean, it's bigger than the guest one, but same style.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you could fit 2 people in there for sure. There's only 1 shower head, but
sure.
We'll get you guys out of this fire alarm beeping, because it is. I feel like in the future with evolution, there's going to be a reaction to that beeping sound.
Sure, yeah.
We're all getting used to it. We'll head over to a single family home to show you guys kind of what that looks like. It's also going to be Venta, to give you guys another option and another look at a house here in Pine 43. And then we're going to head to the last house, which is our favorite by far. It's right on the water. It's fully staged, and it's also a really good price. So we'll take a look at home number 2. Okay, now we're at home number 2, which is right across the street, and we did it again. We forgot to give you the price. Anytime we forget to give it to you, just comment down below and be like, you idiots, give us the price. That price on that one was $550,000, and for a 1,700 square foot home, where we're at in Meridian is, and for how high of a quality these builders are, that's actually a really amazing price. Now we're in a single family home, so this is not going to be an alley load like the last one. As you guys can see, the garage in the front, we're going to have a lot of the same quality. And in this house, we're going to focus a little bit more on the house itself and just give you a tour. And then in the last one, where it's a lot closer to the amenities, we'll go over the community, why it might be important to think about this place, and some of the non-house related things that we just want you guys to know. Because here at Boise Real Estate Insights, our goal, me and Jesse, is really to bring you guys valuable information. We're here to be hopefully a source that you guys can come to and learn and actually have benefits from, not just show you guys pretty houses. We really want to build relationships, be of value. If you shouldn't buy a house, we want to tell you you shouldn't buy a house. If you should sell, we want to tell you that. We want to give you actual real advice, and we're not transactional real estate agents. So shoot us a text, shoot us a call, especially for those of you who are local. We'd love to go get coffee with you, sit down, have a conversation. Even if you're not ready yet, or you don't think you're ready to buy or sell a house here in Boise, we'd love to sit down and have a plan in place. We talk about it all the time, how important it is to be prepared and think long-term. What are your goals in 5, 10, 15 years, and actually sit down and talk through all of those things. So shoot us a text. We'd really love to get to know you guys and hopefully be that source. Now walking into the house, I mean, right off the bat, you can see kind of the wainscoting style accents in here, something that you don't get in lower quality homes, I guess. And then we're just gonna jump right into the kitchen, which you guys will see, again, is just a higher end finish. I mean, the quartz countertops, those are gonna be in most builders, but like they have a commercial quality oven and stovetop. This is something that you're not gonna get in, lower end builders, especially in this price point. You get the really high end, nice cabinetry. The nice finishes, you get the two-tone island, which is another kind of, I'd say, key feature of higher end homes. The light fixtures is another one that's a big one, because not only do you get these two, but you have 6 canned lights in your kitchen as well. So you guys can see how well lit this kitchen is, and you get under lit cabinetry, which is another thing that you really only find in kind of luxury or higher end builders. So
I know we sound like a broken record, but honestly, just walking through these, and we've had clients come through this area before, but now on video, I mean, they build to the same standard that they build every home to. This is just a smaller package in a different location, but you get all of the extra touches, and I mean, it's an incredible opportunity.
Yeah, it is. And these are types of things that we just want you guys to know about, because it's important when you're buying a home. Yes, it's really important that you guys love the house, you love the location, and you have all of the needs that you want, but it's really important to know some of these little things and see what is different, like just even that commercial style oven, right? That's a little thing that when you go to resell it later, will help in that process. That's gonna add value. The little finishes like the wainscoting, things like this, you wouldn't think it's just a tiled fireplace, but this tiling is just a little bit higher end. It's not just your typical square, it's hexagonal, which adds a little bit of a price and adds a little bit higher quality. Even this mantle that wraps around, that's something that they didn't necessarily need to do. They could have just made this all drywall, or just put, a little bit smaller mantle right here. Things like that add up over time, and the quality of your home really does matter in the value. It kind of compounds over time. So little things we want you guys to know about when you're looking at buying or selling a house. So
yeah, and luckily right now in the market we're in, which is getting busier, there's obviously ebbs and flows, but as a buyer, you do have options, whereas in the past, you know, post-COVID, you might not have the options to say, oh, I like 3 of these homes. Now, what are the tiny differences that make one set itself apart? Now you get to choose and have the opportunity for those decisions, and something like this would have those small features that set itself versus another one at the same price point.
Yep, yeah, exactly. We're not as rushed right now, especially right now with the market being a little slower. Laundry room in here, and then we'll just give you guys a glance at the 2-car garage. So.
Yep, someone was hating that we didn't show the garage on a...
Yeah, someone said, well, we're not men, because we didn't show
Now we're gonna show every single garage, even if you don't want to see it, yeah.
Yeah, it hit our ego a little bit, so we gotta prove our manlyhood. Yeah. We'll show you guys the backyard, and then the master. One thing nice about this house, and the next one too, is the masters are downstairs. And that's a really important thing, not only for a lot of people watching this that you guys want that, but also for resale. We see it all the time where it's either single story or you at least need the master bedroom in the downstairs area, and that's a requirement, and they're not gonna even look at 2-story homes with it upstairs. So with that said, we'll head upstairs and show you what it looks like up here. Okay, now we're upstairs, and again, I mean, even the windows up here, you guys can see how many windows are up top, and that's something they easily could have subtracted from, but brings in a lot of natural light up here.
We didn't even turn on the stairway lights.
Yeah, you don't even need to.
But real quick before we go any further, just wanted to, thank everybody, because our subscriber count is cruising, and if you're watching, if you've gotten any value, we'd love if you subscribed. We're gonna do a really exciting and fun giveaway at 500, which we're getting closer to. I mean, it's grown substantially the last few months and came honestly a little faster than I was expecting. So again, thank you all. But make sure to subscribe and then pay attention, because we will have an exciting, probably a much bigger giveaway than our $5 coffee gift cards once we get to that 500 mark.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and for those of you who maybe this is your first video watching, we usually give away some sort of gift card. Usually it's a Starbucks gift card or some sort of coffee gift card. So we might do it in this video. We'll see.
We'll see.
We might reward the people who stick around.
Yeah.
But now that we're upstairs, you have the 2 bedrooms up here and then a shared bathroom up here. We'll show you guys the size of these. Huge windows up here, which is absolutely outstanding. Natural light, especially in Boise in the winter. You guys
we didn't turn the light on in here.
Yeah, we don't need to up here.
Yep.
But really good sized rooms in here. The one over here is going to be the same size. We'll take a look, because it does actually have 2 windows in this one. And this house is going to be right above 1,800 square feet, so a little bit bigger than the last house. Or no, it's 2,000 square feet, I'm sorry. This is a 2,000 square foot home, so quite a bit bigger than the last house, which you get the bigger rooms. You also get, 3 full rooms. And then the bathroom in here, again, the higher end finishes, the higher end backsplash, the wood frame mirror. You get the 2 lights instead of just 1. And then you do have a fiberglass insert for your shower, which is fine. I mean, that's pretty standard, but the first, I guess, lower end bathroom we've seen in these houses so far, but lots of amazing options in here. And we'll head back downstairs, show you guys the backyard so you guys can see how big these single family home backyards are, and especially compare this one to the next one to give you guys an idea of the differences. So let's head downstairs. Okay, now we'll head out to the back, and then we'll walk into the master. I actually really love this master, so excited to show you guys that one, but really, really good size covered patio. Plenty of room out here for entertainment. And then you still do get, I mean, it's obviously not a big backyard, but for this style of home and the different areas that we see across the valley that have this kind of style of setup in a community, this is actually a pretty good sized backyard. Most of the time I'd say you get half of this. So you still have plenty of room to, I mean, you could play cornhole back here, play games, have a dog, and they still have plenty of room.
Yep, more than usable. Obviously, you're not going to have a full soccer field, but this would work, I would say, for most people, especially in this price point. And it has great landscaping, which is nice. A lot of times you'll see just a postage stamp, but there's a little bit more design back here.
Yeah, but still like a good entertainment space to kind of fit into that lifestyle of Pine 43. Plenty of room for a barbecue out here and patio furniture. So good space for entertaining and kind of that social life, which I'd say is a big attractor of living out here. And then we'll head into the master.
Yeah, sorry, I was just gonna pop in. I didn't,
the pantry.
we didn't actually show the pantry, which in this case, normally we wouldn't, but it is a legitimate pantry for this size of home. I mean, that's a true walk-in.
And look where the microwave is.
Yep, right there, nice and easy. It's a little small.
Our running joke is that if the microwave is in the pantry, it means that it's a high-class house because they're too good for the microwave out in the kitchen. So usually a good sign of a luxury home. And then heading into the master, but first wanted to show you these two really cool little spots. So you get a half bath for when you have people entertainment, and it still has the high-end finishes, which is nice. And then you do have a little office space right here, right off the master, which is a huge selling point, especially for those of you who work from home and to have it right off the master as well.
Yeah, true 3-bedroom with an office. And to be honest, like for me, that would be a perfect office. You know, I don't want it to take up so much of the home that I feel like I need to be in there too much because, you know, we obviously work enough as it is. So this is a perfect size. It has a door, get some quiet time, get some work done, and then pop out to the great room or back to your master.
Yeah, so another two really cool features. And then heading into the master, which they give you the vaulted ceilings to make it feel a lot more open, a lot bigger. And it's a really good sized master for 2,000 square feet.
Yeah, I really like the symmetry of it with the two windows on each side. Like
and then they
squared.
even give you 2 extra windows over there.
Oh yeah, yep.
So,
yeah, this is a great master bedroom right here.
Yeah, and then I love the bathroom that they give you guys too. So you get the walk-in shower, similar style to the last house we looked at. Vanities, it's a little bit bigger of a bathroom. You get the 2 vanities, you get a designated toilet room, and then you also get a really big walk-in shower, or I always do that, walk-in closet. But yeah, just a good size, nice, you get the tile flooring, all of the nice finishes. You even get the like window that they put above the mirror, which they did not need to do.
Yeah, that's cool.
So a lot of these little touches just add a lot of value to a home. And one thing about this house is it is only 20,000 more than the last one we looked at. So 200 square feet roughly bigger than the last one. 2 stories, you get the backyard too. You don't get the 3-car garage, but for 570,000, you know, being 1 minute away from the village, right across the street from Fred Meyer, easy access to the interstate, and then all of the amenities that we'll talk a little bit more about at the next house. Really cool houses, and excited to show you guys this for those of you looking for this lifestyle. But let's head over to the last house, our personal favorite, and check that one out. Okay, at the last house, again, more people walking their dogs out here. And when we get into the backyard and some of the views you have in the master bedroom, especially in this house, you guys will get to talk more about the lifestyle and some of the importance of this area. And
almost,
I'm ducking
almost, yeah.
If you're like 6'6" or taller, you are gonna need to remove this light. I hit my head on it, but nice light fixture right in the
most normal people can walk right underneath.
Living area is right here. A little bit different setup than the last house we looked at. Definitely kind of feels a little bit more modern-ish in here to me. Kind of the setup with the dining area right here to the kitchen. Kind of have this offset living area, and then a little bit sleeker, you know, no handles on your cabinetry. Yeah,
much bigger overall though. This has a lot more cabinetry than the last one. And it's funny, we're definitely seeing open concept going back slightly, where it used to be just the whole main level, just all open, no walls. Where now people are like, we want a little bit of walls to break things up or have things segmented. So this is a better feel for a lot of people recently, where clear living room, clear dining room, and your kitchen's here instead of literally just the gigantic gymnasium or warehouse open space.
100%, yeah, we have noticed that.
Yeah.
People wanting a little bit more closed off kitchen, and they do a good job with this one. You do get a ton of counter space, and it's still obviously all the high-end finishes. You get the under cabinet lighting. You still get nice cabinetry. It's a little bit more modern, little upscale Bosch, not quite commercial, but still, you know, higher end with the flat look instead of having this back panel up here. And then my favorite feature is this sink that overlooks the pond back here. So one of the reasons we wanted to come out to this house, and I'm excited to show you guys the master once we get to that, but a really big sliding glass door for entertainment.
And to jump in, this is Hammett Homes. So
Yep.
Venta was the last two. This is, obviously we're still in Pine 43 right here in the heart of Meridian,
Yep.
But this is a Hammett Homes home.
Yeah.
But same thing with Venta. They build, you know, they're in the parade of homes this year with probably a $1 to $2 million home. They build high-end homes and also build, you know, same quality, same specs for homes like this one.
Yeah, and you guys didn't get to see it as much in the living area, kitchen area. Again, the master bedroom, but especially the master bathroom, you guys will see that luxury finish once we get up there. But while we're here, so obviously similar backyard size to the last house we looked at, no fencing. And this is where some of this like socialization, kind of the culture and lifestyle in Pine 43 comes into play. You guys can see the walking path here that goes all the way pretty much to the village. For those of you that know where the Sensi headquarters is, you can walk to the Sensi headquarters. It also goes the other direction. You have the pond out here, there's a creek, and there is a pool right there as well. So you do get a little community center and pool area with those pickleball courts. So kind of that socialization aspect. And I know I talked about at the beginning, getting into your first house, maybe having a roommate pay rent. But one thing I wanted to talk about too is this is an amazing location for your first or second home. And then once you move into your next home, say in 5, 6, 7 years, turning this into a rental is a really good option for you just because of the location, how nice the houses are, and the low maintenance too, because anytime you have rentals, it's nice to not have to pay a ton for landscaping and worry about some of that maintenance. And so just another thing to think about when buying a house, and it kind of plays into just how good this location is, the kind of lifestyle with the amenities. You get everything you would get in like a resort apartment complex, but you obviously get the single family home.
Yeah, and this location and the look of these homes, because they are absolutely beautiful, long-term rental or even short-term rental or Airbnb, these could be a really good setup for that. Like you said, if you bought this as maybe your first or second home and then were able to keep it as you buy your next home.
Yep, yeah, for sure. And then another office space, I'd say for a small person.
Little smaller, might be a little
smaller.
tight even for me,
Yeah.
but it could be utilized, because right now I don't have an office at home, so I'd take it.
Yeah. And then there's even a smaller office there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
So-
mini me.
You have kids, they can play, you know, office in there. But at least you do have that as an option. And then closet space here, same as the last house. We get a half bath in here with all of the high-end finishes. Nice for entertaining. Always a big plus to have that, especially in your 2-story houses. For
Oh,
guest
even,
use.
so we'll show it in the next one, but even the
Nice.
guest bath has the backlit mirror
Yeah.
with the really cool tile.
Gives it that kind of 5-star
Yep.
hotel vibe going on. The garage entrance was right there, but it's the same 2-car garage as the last house, so not gonna bore you with that. And then we're not heading upstairs there. It's right here. We're gonna head upstairs.
And we're done. No,
This is
not
where all
yet.
the rooms are, and the upstairs is honestly the coolest part of this house, especially the master, so let's head upstairs. Okay, now we're upstairs. This one does have a true, you know, flex space. Like you could actually put a desk here, or even a chair just to kind of sit and relax. So a little bit more open feel, I would say. And then there's a lot more room up here. So room number 1 right here, and you guys will see it's a really big room. This is a full-size bed, and you still have plenty of room on either side. And again, high-end
of windows.
finishes.
Yep.
You get the 3 windows above where your bed would be. You get a big one there. You could actually peek into your neighbor's room and say hi.
You can pass notes along, yeah.
Yeah, you could. High-end finishes everywhere. Again, the accent doors, this is something you see in, you know, more luxury style homes, which is something that we just keep talking about. I'll stop saying it. You get the built-ins in the closet, another point there, nice finishes. And then right here off this one is where your bathroom will be. And again, quartz countertops, the nice cabinetry.
Dual vanities,
awesome
great.
backsplash, shower, and then your toilets here. So keeping the same theme, and then your laundry room is gonna be upstairs too.
Yeah, upstairs laundry is great, and in this particular one, I
Yeah.
mean, this thing is big.
Yep.
Even the sink on the 2nd story laundry is pretty awesome to have.
Yeah, and then it's nice to have windows in your laundry room because a lot of laundry rooms don't get a window, and you don't want to do laundry when it's
feels like a cave.
Dungeon or a cave. Yeah, exactly. And walking from bedroom there, you have another bedroom right here upstairs, and again, a little bit bigger. You still have plenty of room, even with a full-size bed in here, so easily fit a queen in either of these bedrooms. And then our favorite part of this house is the master, and the master is really good size. This is a king-size bed to give you guys perspective on just how big this master bedroom is. And then my favorite part about this is overlooking the pond. You can see some of the trees are blooming right now in the spring. The pool's right there, overlooking the walking path. Just a cool thing to wake up to or go to bed to.
Yeah, this is a great view. Nothing's gonna be behind you. There's birds out already, geese or duck in that little pond there, and you don't have to be the one to maintain it. So take advantage of how it looks, and the community will keep that up.
Yep, exactly. Walk-in closet here, a little bit different. We don't see this too often where the closet is actually its own closet. And then again, they gave you built-in shelves here or cabinets. So nice to have that built into your closet.
Would love to, I mean, we don't see it that much, but we have heard people comment. So wondering if anyone watching has an opinion. Do you like the closet separate from the bathroom, or where it kind of flows through the bathroom into the closet? Love to hear you guys' opinions on that.
Yeah, let us know. And then my personal favorite part of this house is how nice this master bathroom is. The underlighting gives it that luxury feel, and then you still have plenty of light with these two. They are a little bit oversized, but they just give it kind of that unique look. And then they also have a Brady approved shower for sure. And for a house of this size to have a shower like this with a really nice black floor tiling, it's a really big shower, 6.5 feet wide. The glass doors just has that upscale look in here that you would find at like a really nice hotel or, you know, just a luxury house. So
yeah, very reminiscent of some of the Berkeley homes we've toured, which would probably be closer to the 700 pluses. So really nice shower for this size home.
Yeah, 100%. And I said we might reward those people who
he remembered, I didn't.
Yeah. So we'll make it easy on this one. We won't make you go back and look. So if you guys comment Pine 43 and then the word coffee down below, we will send the first 3 people to comment that down below a Starbucks gift card. And for those of you sitting on your couch right now watching us on the TV, just text us, because I know how hard it is to put it on the TV. Text us Pine 43 and we'll send you guys a Starbucks gift card. And if you guys want to see something a little bit similar, similar community style, but in South Meridian, check out this video here. Me and Jesse tour Pinnacle in Meridian, and they have alley load homes there too, but they also have smaller single family, and it's a little bit less in the city, but similar price point, similar style of build. So check out that video. We appreciate you guys watching.